The traits he tries to tone down in you are often the very traits he secretly admire or even crave in someone else. He might say it's too much or not their type, but watch them closely and you'll see it in who they follow, in the stories they tell, in the way their attention lingers when someone else displays exactly what they told you to hide. This is especially true with avoidant men. They have a pattern. Publicly, they seek comfort and predictability. Privately, they're drawn to the very things they claim to dislike. I once worked with a woman who was the definition of free-spirited, vibrant, adventurous, the type to book a last-minute flight just because she felt like it. She started dating a man who told her, early on, "I love how grounded you are," which she found strange because she was anything but grounded. Over time, he began making comments like, "Maybe you should slow down," or "Do you really need to talk to strangers when we're out?" She started questioning herself. Then one day, she stumbled across his TikTok likes. Not a single calm, grounded woman in sight. Every video was women hiking solo, salsa dancing, traveling the world, laughing loudly with strangers. The exact energy he was trying to shrink in her, he was consuming in secret. Another example, a client who was deeply ambitious, building her own business from scratch. She met a man who said he loved a driven woman until her work started demanding late nights and travel. Suddenly, it became, "You're working too much," or "Don't you want to be more present?" Months later, she found out he'd been following female entrepreneurs online, the kind who spoke on stages, ran multi-million-dollar companies, and posted daily about their hustle. He didn't hate ambition. He just couldn't handle being in a relationship where her ambition matched or exceeded his. And then there was the woman who was witty and unapologetically sharp-tongued. She could turn any insult into a joke and never back down from a debate. Her partner told her he found it unfeminine when she got too sarcastic. But she noticed how he hung on every word when one of his female friends teased him. She saw the way he laughed harder at their quick comebacks than he ever did at her softer moments. He didn't actually dislike sharpness. He just didn't want to be on the receiving end of it every day. Psychologically, here's what's happening. When a man criticizes or discourages certain traits in a woman, it's rarely because he's repulsed. More often, those traits unsettle him because they threaten his sense of control or highlight areas where he feels small. A bold woman forces him to confront his own timidity. An ambitious woman makes him face his own stagnation. A wildly social woman reminds him of his discomfort in crowds. And for avoidant men, that discomfort feels dangerous because it triggers the fear of not being enough, of losing power in the dynamic, of being exposed. Avoidant men, in particular, tend to separate desire from partnership. The woman they feel the strongest pull toward is often the one they never commit to long-term, not because she wasn't willing, but because being with her would mean living in a constant state of emotional challenge. She's the one who sees him clearly, who can't be managed or smoothed into a safe version. That's why, when it's time to settle down, he often chooses someone who won't ignite those insecurities, someone easier to manage. Someone who won't demand emotional growth he's not ready for. But here's the catch. Desire doesn't disappear just because he chooses comfort. The parts of a woman he tries to silence in a relationship are often the same parts he goes searching for in fantasy, whether that's through the people he follows online, the conversations he gravitates toward, or the private scenarios he plays out in his head. You'll see it in small, telling moments. The way his eyes light up when someone else displays the energy he asked you to tone down. The way he lingers in spaces where those traits are celebrated. The way his attention shifts when you stop expressing them. So when a man asks you to dim yourself, to laugh a little softer, to dream a little smaller, to dress a little plainer, to take up a little less space, understand what's really happening. He's not asking for balance or compatibility. He's asking for control, and in doing so, he's quietly stripping away the very qualities that drew him to you in the first place. Ironically, The more you comply, the less magnetic you become to him. Because what pulled him in wasn't the quieter, safer version of you, it was the full, unapologetic version he can't quite handle. The truth is, you could give up those traits to keep the peace, but the hunger for them in him will never go away. It will just find another outlet, and one day, you might wake up and realize you made yourself small for a man who was always going to keep looking over your shoulder.